Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. This time I played probably the worst game that I've ever played for this channel, The Simpsons Wrestling. This just is not a good game. It's playable, but I'm not really sure why you would want to go back and play it unless you just really wanted to experience all of the wrestling games on the PS1, or you wanted to see how bad it was for yourself and make up your own mind on whether or not it's the worst game ever. There are a lot of unlockable characters in this and just a lot of unlockable features. It's not worth it, but at least they're there. And you can find a lot of the codes pretty easily online, so yeah, you can always do that if you really want to play this. The gameplay just feels off to me. Like the game is changing the hitboxes at random so that you can't really get at your opponent. And at the very beginning of every match, it seems like, your opponent's just going to jump around like a jackass and make it really hard for you to hit them. It's really frustrating just to sit there and play this because you're trying to like line up an attack or you're trying to do some kind of a move and your opponent's either jumping around like an idiot or you don't have enough stamina to actually pull something off. It is incredibly frustrating to just simply line up and hit your opponent. So there are 3 bars that you need to pay attention to, and they're all conveniently tucked down at the bottom of the screen where your eyes are not looking. You have your stamina bar, which, in all honesty, is fairly unique. It allows you to do the different moves, so if your bar isn't filled up the right way, you can't press the button to any corresponding moves. So that's kind of different. And then you've got your life bar, which randomly goes down depending on how the game is feeling at any particular moment. And when you finally knock your opponent out, you have the little pin meter. So, yeah, that's there. So there are initially 8 playable characters. You've got Barney, Krusty the Clown, Apu, Groundskeeper Willie, Homer, Lisa, Marge, and Bart. And then there are 4 unlockable characters, which are the Bumblebee Man, Flanders, Frink, and Moe. Some of the characters' special attacks are freakishly overpowered, like with Flanders, where he's just casting down lightning on everyone, and it's just a major pain in the ass to actually do anything. Other characters, their special moves are kind of pointless. But hey, it's just sort of the way things go. All of the matches are 2 out of 3 falls, and that's pretty much all I can say about this. There are quite a few game modes that some of them unlock through either entering codes or just from playing through the game on the new Challenger circuit, if you actually wanted to do that. It's just an incredibly frustrating game to play, and yeah, I really did not like this one at all. At times, the AI feels incredibly cheap, and other times, the game is just really, really terrible. Once the novelty of playing as some of the Simpsons characters wears off, you really just start looking for a different game to play. I'm really finding it hard to just explain how I feel about this, especially from a graphical standpoint, because it looks a little ugly to me. Like, there are other PS1 games from 2001 that look a lot better than this, and yeah, I can't really put my finger on why I don't like what I'm looking at. I think it's a whole bunch of different things. Part of it's the camera zooming around. Part of it is having all of like the important information tucked down at the bottom of the screen where you're not paying attention to it. And then there's just the issues with lining up your attacks to your enemies where things feel like you're just sliding all over the place and it makes it hard to just see where you're supposed to be to hit someone. That and I'm not sure if it's cell shading or not, but it just doesn't look all that great in this game. I almost feel like this would have been much better looking if it was on the PS2, just because they could have made it look a little bit more like a cel shaded game, and I think that might have been what they were going for, but I'm really not sure. Overall, I just find the game to be kind of ugly looking. I think I know what they were trying to do by making it look more like the cartoon, but just the way it's done here, I don't think it looks all that great. Well, I think I found the worst wrestling game on the PlayStation 1. I can't really imagine anything else being as bad as this. Maybe there's something out there, but yeah, this one was pretty awful. It feels like they were trying to make an arcade wrestling game or just any random fighting game that happened to have the Simpsons characters in it, and it just doesn't really work out all that well. There are a bunch of things to unlock, but I'm not really sure why you would want to unlock them because they don't really improve the game all that much. It does make me want to go back and play some of the other Simpsons games just to see if there are any good ones or if there are any Simpsons games that I would really enjoy, especially from the 8 and 16-bit era. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.